friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolyn if you're new here. Today's video is going to be 7 better habits that I picked up during quarantine, and honestly, my friend Annie gave me this idea, so shout out to you, Annie. I feel like during quarantine a lot of people have felt very isolated. Their mental health is not in the best state, especially for me as an extrovert. I feel like it was very difficult because I was a person who went out like 3 to 4 times a week to see friends, and now it's just like maybe once a week. And so I thought I would try and look at the bright side and think of, a couple habits that I had with all this extra time. If you have all this extra time and you've just kind of been, just laying around doing nothing, that's totally fine as well. Whatever helps you cope with, this quarantine, because I know it's like just a very weird time for everyone right now. Let's get into it before this intro gets too long. So my first better habit is exercising more. So basically, if you didn't watch my Chloe Ting video, I tried one exercise from her do this every day for 2 weeks video, and basically I tried that every day for 2 weeks and I got really into shape really quickly. It was very hard in the beginning, but now my endurance is a lot better. I don't do it every day anymore. I do it every other day so I can just kind of allow myself to rest, because honestly, I don't look forward to working out. I know it's good for you, but it's just so hard to work out every day in my opinion. I try to do it every 2 days, especially since each workout video is less than 15 minutes. So I feel like I tell myself I could watch a YouTube video, but I probably should exercise because it's better for my health. So I try to do it every other day, and I feel like consistency is really key when it comes to exercise. I would say that's definitely one of my better habits. It's funny because I actually used to go to the gym twice a week at my previous company, and when I went there, I would literally just probably go to the elliptical or run on the treadmill for a little bit, and then I might just go do some ab exercises on a mat, but I didn't really feel like it did too much for me compared to the Chloe Ting exercises, especially working out at home. I personally just feel really awkward working out in the gym because I feel like people are watching me, but maybe that's just me, I'm not sure. I feel like even after quarantine is over, I'm probably not even gonna go buy a gym membership. I'll just keep working out at home because I just feel more comfortable working out at home. I feel like it's easy to be consistent, but I guess it'll be different if I end up having my 2-hour commute. I would also say that in addition to exercising a lot, I would say that buying a Fitbit was very important. Shout out to you, Lawrence. So my friend Lawrence used to work at Fitbit, and basically I wanted an exercise watch because I missed wearing watches for the longest time. I was kind of tired of feeling like I had to bring my phone everywhere. I prefer to have a Fitbit. I just like to have a watch. I bought the one that also tracks your heart rate, that tracks your steps, and also tracks your sleep. So I thought that was really interesting. I think exercise is good. I think consistency is key, and it's never too late to start. So my second habit is cleaning my room and organizing my closet. My room used to be such a mess. It pretty much kind of still is, but I've been able to clean so many parts of my room that I haven't been able to clean for literal years. And I feel like it was because I felt so embarrassed when I would go on a call and people would see my background. I just felt so embarrassed, so I started to clean up at least just this literal portion of my background. So for example, right here, I was able to sort these shelves. My mom usually puts a lot of more different kinds of folders and things like that. So this side right here actually used to have a printer that I used to have since high school, and I don't think we've used it since high school because the desk next to it right here is the desk that my mom used to work at, and then she moved out to the living room, and so that's the desk that my sister uses whenever she comes home. Basically I cleaned it all up, and then I took everything out, put photos and stuffed animals, put some other things, but yeah, mostly just clean up these shelves so that way I'm able to actually use it. And this is my closet, which I think I'm the most proud of. I basically saw Sophia Nygaard's videos where she got a professional closet cleaner, and I just took everything out, and I was able to literally put another drawer in here, as well as some of my Trader Joe's snacks here, and my luggage and everything, and it's just so much neater than it used to be. I literally could not see the ground for the longest time, and I'm just so happy every time I open my closet now, so I'm really glad I took the time to do this. Okay, I literally just scratched my face and now it's red, so that's what just happened. I'm just glad that I'm able to just take small areas and just clean them up. And just being able to see the floor more, because I used to have like just boxes and stuff on the floor. Now it's like really stuffy. This room feels very stuffy because the layout is just really bad. Like having 2 desks in one room, it was just not ideal. I think one day I'd love for like one of these desks to get out of this room so we can have more space for other things. Who knows, I might just like move out by then from my parents' place, so we'll have to see. So my third habit is making more YouTube videos. I know I haven't been as consistent as I could be. It's very hard to be consistent when you work a full-time job, trust me. I have no idea how like Christine from Simply Nailogical does it. Like she works a full-time job and she has a YouTube channel. I have no idea, because I feel like there's so many times where you want to film a video, but then you just dread editing it, at least for me. I think for some people it can be very soothing. At least that's what Michelle Phan said. Sometimes I could film a video, but then I'm like, I don't want to edit it. Sometimes it's hard to find the motivation to film videos or to get ideas for videos, because I don't really want to jump on like the bandwagon that a lot of people do, like letting the person in front of me choose what I buy in terms of like fast food. I just feel like it's so wasteful, because a lot of those videos end up being like, maybe it's like things you don't want to eat or things that you'll never wear again, and then it just feels very like, oh, you're gonna throw it away, oh, you're not gonna keep those clothes, so like what's the point? Hopefully I'll be able to make more consistent videos. I was surprised at my last video because I literally had footage on a Sunday and then I had a sudden burst of productivity and decided to edit it on a Thursday, so hopefully I have more of these. I mean, I'm already filming a new video, which is like crazy, so hopefully I can make more videos and be more consistent. My next habit that I feel like I got better at with quarantine, I guess it's not really a habit. I guess it's more of like a lifestyle change, but basically saving money and not going out to like eat or travel as much. So I used to travel a lot for work and those were usually covered by my company, but like this year I was supposed to go to Japan and I really wanted to go for like 2 weeks, and then in April I was gonna go to Universal, and then I was probably gonna do like another personal trip. And trips are expensive, let me just tell you. I went to Hawaii last year and I'm very glad I did, because I literally was so scared of spending so much money, and now I'm very glad I went before Corona. Flights can add up, Airbnbs can add up, like renting a car can add up, parking, like food, because you have to go out and eat usually every single meal, unless you have like a kitchen, which means you probably paid more for housing. And so there's just so much that just adds up in terms of traveling, as well as going out to eat. I just would always go out and eat and meet with friends after work and stuff, and that kind of stuff adds up. Like there was 1 week in February that I went out to eat like every day and I spent like over like $150. And so now I just don't see his friends as much, and I just end up buying a lot more snacks, I guess. Cleaning my inbox and just doing a digital detox. I think doing that helps a lot. Back when I was like in middle school, I subscribed to so many newsletters. I was like, let me get every discount possible, like a crazy person. And now I'm just like unsubscribing from so many things because I realize that a lot of them don't give me value. I used to like subscribe to things like Hollister and PacSun and Starbucks and stuff like that. And then I kind of realized like I don't really shop at Hollister or PacSun that often. I don't really like, you know, go to Starbucks that often either. I only went to Starbucks maybe like when I was on a work trip and I was just like, oh, it's the only thing at the airport. And even if I did shop there often, like I used to shop a lot at Aeropostale, I felt like I could just go into the store and get a deal there versus like feeling the need to get bombarded with emails all the time. I just feel like it was too much. I've also started like unfollowing people on Instagram. So basically the reason why I followed so many people is because I just didn't really care. I didn't really look at their feeds. To me, a follow is like whatever, to be quite honest. And so then when I just kept following and following and following people, I just kind of went down this spiral. And then I ended up like just having so many people on my feed that I didn't recognize their name. I like would like their post, but like I didn't recognize their name. I didn't really know what they stood for and that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to curate my feed a lot more. I think that's like really helped a lot, as well as like unsubscribing from my YouTube subscription. I used to subscribe to people without like watching any of their videos. It was the same thing to like following people on Instagram and not seeing their feed. It was just kind of like, well, why are you following or subscribing to these people in the first place? But to me, I just didn't care. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like I liked their feed when I looked at it. I liked the kind of videos they made. I thought I would eventually like go watch their videos and stuff. I used to subscribe to every music channel, and then I kind of realized like it doesn't really matter if I subscribe to these like singers or artists or not, because I could literally look up their music video later. Like, I don't have to be subscribed to them to look up their music video and like their videos. And so I think that's something that my friend Anthony actually instilled in me. He was like, you know, maybe you should watch more of their videos before you just subscribe to them. And I feel like everybody kind of did this before me. It's just like me that I was like, oh, I don't really care if I follow or subscribe like a million people, because numbers are just whatever. My sixth habit that I got better at quarantine is reading more. I think I've read more in the last 2 months than I've ever read like all of last year. Like, no joke. If I wasn't required to read for work, or if it wasn't like a news article, I literally just stopped reading books. And I feel like that's really sad, because in middle school and high school, I used to read a lot, especially because they had like a school library, so you could go there like every day, versus like having to drive separately to a library and like requesting a book or checking it out. And it's just really sad, I feel, because a lot of people now, we all just turn to electronics and computers, which is totally fine, and like getting news and everything, but I kind of miss like when people used to read. A couple of my really great books that I started reading is Girl Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. I wrote down so many good quotes from this book. One of the best quotes that I wrote down from this book was, "If not now, then when?" And it's basically just a very motivational book that tells women that they can do anything they put their mind to. And I feel like it just really motivated me to get more done. Like, she's a mom and she has like, I think 5 kids. She runs a company, you know, she does a conference every year. She has such a plan, and if you like honestly plan out your entire week and see where you're spending your hours, you could probably get so much more done if you like blocked it out and you were like, I'm gonna read for these 2 hours, I'm going to exercise for this hour a day. Honestly, this is such a good read. I would literally recommend it to anybody. Another book that I also read was #Girlboss by Sophia Ambrosio. I think that's how you say her name, I'm not really sure. But she is the CEO and founder of Nasty Gal, which is basically like, it started out as like a vintage store where she started her beginnings on eBay. Basically like shared her story about how she went from pretty much nothing. She was pretty much like almost homeless, and how she was able to build a company. I really recommend this book too, it's really good. And the book that I'm reading right now, which hopefully I can finish by this month, because my goal is to read 2 books this month, is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I loved this movie. I think it's actually my favorite movie, or one of my favorite movies. If you watch the movie, I feel like you'll really like this book as well. There's so many like things I wish that happened in the movie that were written in this book. So yeah, if you enjoyed the movie and you are trying to maybe get back into reading, this is a good one. If you made it all the way here, then you probably know my 7th best habit already. I've been trying my best to kill my YouTube obsession, which basically is I have an addiction to YouTube. And I know that I do, because all I do every day is I watch YouTube, and I probably watch hours at a time, and I try to watch as much as I can before I go to sleep. My sister basically taught me that you can go on your mouse and you can right click and open in a new tab, and I think that started my downfall because I basically just started opening all these YouTube tabs on the recommended side because I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so interesting. Oh, like I would like fall into all the clickbait. It was just horrible. And then like my friend Anthony recently introduced me to One Tab and the Gray Suspender, which are really good tab extensions if you don't have them already. And One Tab basically condenses all your tabs into one window. And when you click on it, you can reopen up that one tab. The Gray Suspender is basically, it suspends your tabs, so that way it's not taking up too much power of your computer. I basically started watching my watch later list on YouTube maybe like a month or 2 ago, and I started at like 4,700 videos. It was really hard because I kept trying to add videos. Like I would maybe delete 10 and then add 5, and that like wasn't helping. So I recently just started watching from like the bottom, like my oldest videos that I added because they're like 4 years old. And like there are a lot of makeup videos which I don't really watch as much anymore because I just don't buy makeup as much anymore. So like now I'm down to like 4,250 videos-ish. I started to curate a lot of what I watch, so I don't really add every single video to my watch later anymore because I just kind of think like, oh, do I really need like 10 different people's opinion on this one makeup brand or this one makeup item or something? But people have been coming out with a lot more compelling videos lately, so I'm like, dang it. I guess what told me to film this video today was like, You know, do I want to keep watching other YouTubers make their videos, or do I want to make my own videos so I can, you know, share them with people and, you know, maybe make my own like YouTube channel, hopefully bigger someday. If you watch it this far, I know I spoke a lot even though it's only supposed to be like 7 habits during quarantine, but I definitely wanted to elaborate a little bit more. Comment below if you have any habits that you have started during quarantine that you think have changed your life for the better. And yeah, I guess like this video if you think it was good and you want me to do more videos like this. Subscribe if you want to. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.